welcome back to my channel. So today I have a really fun video for you. I'm actually creating this video in collaboration with a few of my blogger friends. We are all doing tutorials on some Valentine's Day makeup for you guys. So after you finish watching my video, you definitely need to go check out their channels, watch their tutorials, and see the looks that they came up with. I'm sure that if you are not into whatever look that I have, one of them will have something that will totally suit you. For any of you who are new to my channel, my name is Lauren. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out, chatting beauty with me. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with occasional bonus videos on Saturday. So I hope if you're not already subscribed, to click that button before you go. Come back for more of my beauty videos in the future. And in the meantime, I'm going to scooch you guys a little bit closer so you can see exactly how I created this makeup look. Alright, so let's get started. I am going to be priming my face today with the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. This is something I got in my January BoxyCharm, and I've actually really been liking this a lot. My friend Stephanie, she just did like a BoxyCharm like try-on tutorial, and she was talking about how nice this primer is underneath mattifying foundations, and I totally agree with her. My skin is oily, and this feels hydrating, but it's not too heavy, and it definitely feels like it just like really smooths out your skin, sort of fills in the pores. It's nice, and it's not so glowy that I feel like it's gonna make me look shiny throughout the day. For foundation, we're gonna be using my Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This stuff is expensive, but it is absolutely beautiful. It is by far my current favorite high-end foundation. I think it just makes your skin look ridiculously flawless, as the name would suggest. So I'm gonna start out by pumping this and kind of just blending it a little bit onto my face, and then we'll go in with the beauty sponge and blend it all in. I feel like I could have gone darker with this foundation, but it was like the next shade seemed way too dark. I don't know. It was weird with the undertones and stuff. I think if I ever repurchase this, especially if it's in the summer, I'll definitely have to go darker, but we will bronze things up today for sure. And then because it's Valentine's Day and I want to be super extra, we're actually using two concealers. For under my eyes, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium Honey. Just gonna dot a little bit of this underneath the under eyes, and then we'll blend that in with our beauty sponge. I do also like to take it up on the lid to basically act as a primer as well. And then since my skin is so oily, I definitely feel like my foundation tends to rub away the most and the most quickly around my nose, and that's where I have the largest pores, so I usually need a little extra concealing there. And I've actually really liked using my Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer for concealing that part of my face. The Shape Tape works good also, but I feel like since I have this concealer, I don't really like it under my under eyes. It's just like a little bit too drying, like a little bit too much. So we're just going to use this for a little added extra coverage, flawlessness, making my skin stay looking nice all night long. Then we're gonna set everything down with my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. Just keep this all locked into place. For bronzer, we're gonna use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is drugstore, and it's amazing. Honestly, I feel like if you apply this and didn't know what product it was, you would probably think it was like 3 times as expensive as it actually is. So beautiful, and I'm really excited that they brought out some darker shades, because the darkest shade they had previously, which is the one that I'm applying right now, is called Bronzer, and it is definitely not a bronzer shade for everyone. So I'm gonna use this to kind of like lightly contour my cheekbones, and then I also do like to take my bronzer up around the perimeter of my face just to kind of add a little bit more dimension back in. So for blush today, we're going to be using something that I really love and that I feel like people don't really talk about that often. It's from Ciate. It's one of their Glow 2 Illuminating blushes. This is in the shade Matchmaker, and these are so cute. They're like a blush and highlighter kind of marbled into one, sort of like the Hourglass ones, but they're a little bit less expensive. So I am going to apply this a little flat blush brush. And I like that these are glowy, but not like too glowy. Like it adds a healthy flush to your cheeks, but it's not too shimmery. And the pigmentation is beautiful. It's very buildable. It's not too heavy, so it's like hard to go clown cheek with this blush. To highlight, we're gonna be using one of my favorite drugstore highlighters. This is the Milani Strobelight powder in the shade Sunglow. Yes, Sunglow. This one has a nice sort of goldeny champagne undertone. Looks really pretty on medium skin tones. I think they do have some other slightly lighter shades though. If you have more fair skin, that would look really beautiful. So we're just gonna pop this on the tops of the cheekbones. And I love that this is like a really beautiful glowy highlighter, but it's not too harsh, it's not too metallic, doesn't have any chunks of glitter or anything like that in it. It just literally makes your skin glow, look super radiant. For my brows, we're gonna be using another sort of not really talked about product that I think is awesome and I got in a BoxyCharm. This is the Convertible Brow Palette from Tonya Crooks, and I think it is kind of the bomb. It has 3 shades in here that you can kind of mix together. So we are just gonna go ahead and fill in these brows, which is gonna take me like, 10 minutes. We'll fast forward a little bit. And then because my brows like to seriously have a mind of their own, we're just gonna use some Anastasia brow gel to keep them in place. For my eyeshadow look today, we're gonna be using one of my absolute favorite palettes of life that literally nobody talks about, and I don't know why, because it's beautiful and I think it's perfect for a date night, Valentine's Day look. This is the Laura Mercier Eye Art Artist Palette. Look at those purples, guys. They're just absolutely out of this world. It's really beautiful neutral shades. It's stunning. So I think we're gonna keep things a little bit more on the neutral than on the purple side today. We're just gonna kind of play around and see how it goes. So I'm gonna start with the shade Fresco here, which is a nice neutral transition on just a little fluffy crease brush, and we are gonna blend this right into the crease. Honestly, guys, these shadows are like just so beautiful to work with. They basically blend themselves. I don't understand why more people aren't all over this palette. Then I'm gonna go in with this shade here in the bottom left called Vanilla Nuts, which is just a matte cream shade. I'm gonna take this on the brow bone and I'm just gonna kind of blend it into the top of Fresco so that way there's no harsh edge. And then I really love the shade up here called Guava. This is like a beautiful, very sort of sheeny, peachy kind of color. So I think we're gonna put this all over the lid. So I just wanna keep things nice and soft, very pretty. To me, Valentine's Day makeup is glamorous, but it's not like my most dramatic glam look. Like if I'm spending time with my husband, I want to still look like me, even if I want to look like extra special, I'm gonna grab this little angled brush. Now I'm going to deepen things out in the outer corner. I think I'm going to start with this shade Truffle down here, which is a really beautiful matte brown shade. We're just going to pick up just a little bit of this and tap it right in the outer corner of the eye. Go back in with my little fluffy crease brush and make sure everything is nice and blended. Then I'm gonna take a tiny little pencil brush. I'm gonna go back into Fresco, which is the first shade that we used in the transition, and I'm just gonna start with this on the lower lash line. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of liner for some definition. I'm gonna be using this Marc Jacobs, what are they called? Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayons. This is in the shade Irony, which I really like because it's not black. It's like a black and brown, so it's deep, but it's not quite as harsh as black. I think it looks really pretty. And then I'm gonna go in with that little pencil brush, and I wanna just smudge this out so it's not so harsh. You know what, I'm going to take a little along the lower lash line as well, do the same thing, apply this, and then just make sure it's smudged out. And then the last thing before I add some mascara, I'm going to add a little inner corner highlight. I'm going to add this shade up here called Sparkling Dew, which is a little bit of like a frosty, light cream color. So we'll just add a little bit of this to the inner tear duct. Then I'm going to curl my lashes and throw on some mascara. I'm not going to put on falsies today, even though I think they would look really nice with this look. Mostly because the hubby is not such a big fan of fake eyelashes. Like, he's never going to tell me not to wear them. But if we're going out to dinner together, I feel like I can leave the false eyelashes at home. I can understand kissing someone with fake eyelashes and seeing them like so up close. It's got to be a little bit weird. So we'll leave them at home this time. And for my mascara, I'm using my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. Freaking love this stuff. I just busted out a sample that I had when I went to Florida, and it reminded me how much I'm obsessed with this mascara. It's been like well over a year since I've used it. It's so good. If you like a really voluminous, dramatic mascara, this stuff makes your lashes look just incredible. And then moving on to lips, I've got a nice little combo here that I think will complement this eye. I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty Lip Contour Pencil in the shade Muse, which is a pretty like rosy nude color. And then I'm going to top it with the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche Liquefied Lipstick in the shade Chutney. And of course, we do not want any of our hard work to go anywhere, so I'm going to set this down with my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. And then something super extra that I've been doing, this is definitely not something you have to do. I got this in a BoxyCharm and I have it, so I want to use it. It's the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I don't really use this so much for making my makeup last longer, but it adds like a really pretty like shimmer to your skin. And I think when you're out at night under like, you know, candlelight, or you're in a restaurant, it looks really pretty. So we're gonna add a little bit of this on top. And there you guys have it. This is my completed Valentine's Day makeup look. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I had a lot of fun creating it for you. Again, make sure that you go and check out all of my friends' tutorials as well. I will link them all for you guys in the description box down below. I'm sure that they're amazing. And to all of you guys, whether you are in a relationship, whether you are single, whether you are in some kind of complicated, weird, in-between situation, remember that Valentine's Day doesn't always have to just be a celebration of romantic love. Use it as an opportunity to share love to anybody special in your life, your friends, your mom, your dog, your cat. Just take the time to celebrate yourself and the love in your life, because I know even if that special someone isn't there yet, there are people that love you and that appreciate you and that you feel the same way towards. So I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, however you choose to celebrate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.